This is Spreaker Web Radio.
All right, and real quick before we introduce our guests, if you guys don't know, that we started a social network called the Content Creators Toolbox. It's an extension of the Facebook group called the Content Creators Toolbox. Here's the link in the chat room. If you haven't already, please join up. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. As long as they make content, to join up and become a member and share with the community. All right, so our guest today, she was on our show last year. Her name is Meosha Bean. How you doing, Meosha?
I'm wonderful.
Now, last time we talked to you, you were starting, I believe, a web series that you said you were going to be starting. How did that come about? How did that go?
It actually went well. It was men/women talk. And it was about basically dating, relationships, and advices. Like, not really advice, but asking about just questions, what happens in relationships, and just interacting with the audience. It went well.
Now you're a live-action filmmaker. You started out with the movies back in the day. You do live-action filmmaking. You also, you're a woman who likes to do horror movies. So what is a horror filmmaker doing giving out love advice?
Horror filmmakers need love too, and I'm just kidding.
But if you're dating a zombie, this is what you should do.
Right. I don't know, just an idea, I guess. I haven't been in a lot of relationships, but I've had, some that, I think that I'm not, an expert or anything, but I'm pretty good.
Well, the rule is, if you do a show on it, you're an expert.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Uh-oh, then I need to cancel my show this week.
That's right.
I need to get back on my other one.
And at the end of this interview, we're going to actually, the three of us are going to ask her some relationship advice. And anybody in the audience who has a question that you want Meosha to answer, about relationships, she will answer them on the air. So just post them in the chat room, and she will give you her answer. And this is good as gold, right? She's a trained professional. So feel free. So that's pretty cool, though. That's something different, right? To break it up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Now, if I'm doing a show like that, oh God, be careful. Now, one thing that I've noticed, I follow you on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot, is that you've been doing quite a bit of work in the music biz, making music videos. What are some of the projects that you've been working on since we've talked last?
I think I've released a couple of them. I released a music video with Roy Jones Jr., well, a new one, actually, with his now signed artist two-piece. And I've actually done other type of music videos with other artists that that are coming up. A couple of underground artists. Also, a guy named T. Hattie. I released that film, that music video. So basically, just finding talent and putting it out there and showcasing people's talent is what I've been doing.
Now, that's a really good achievement to have a chance to work with someone like Roy Jones Jr., who, people know he's a great boxer, one of the all-time great boxers, who's also a rapper. So, what has that been like working with Roy Jones Jr.?
It was a pleasure. It was really a breath of fresh air. He's actually a really nice fella. He's a really nice guy. Very down-to-earth man. His family, wonderful. So it was very professional, and You know, we definitely had fun on set. He's a normal person.
I noticed you had some pictures up of you in a boxing ring with Roy Jones. It looked like you were about to take him to school in the ring.
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to spar with him a little bit?
Well,
hey, I put money on you right now.
yeah, take that bet. Go for it. Yeah, go and get it. Go, Kente betting on you. Get in the ring.
I've actually got a chance to, watch him spar and with other boxers that are coming up in his ring, and it's really refreshing. It's really cool. I get to see his technique up close, and he's still got, I think he's still got it. I think he's, he's still fast. That fast, Roy Jones Jr. that people still remembers. But it was really fun. He taught me some things in the ring here. But I'm not gonna go trying to box professionally or anything. I'm just stick to film.
Pretty much, if any guy gets a little fresh with you, you can give him the old 1-2, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, hey, and then when they're on the ground, be like, hey, I learned that from Roy Jones. I give you a Roy Jones butt.
Oh,
Now you've been working in music, doing hip hop videos and whatnot, giving love advice, but also you're going to be working on a new horror film project. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the horror film project that I'm actually working on, that I'm coming up with, it's going to be it's going to be different from the other types of horror films that I've done. Like instead of psychological horror films, it's going to be more of a slasher type of Jason, but it's going to be intense. There will be blood for sure.
Now, if you can't stand the sight of blood, this might not be the film for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, as a woman would this be a movie you can take your date to?
Why not? Why not?
She's not gonna hit me.
Right.
Okay. So, is there anything you can talk about the plot or whatnot, or is it pretty much straightforward?
Well, I'm not really. Well, we're still working on it. Like I said, it's still, I'm still working on it right now, so it's not fully done. But I will say that it's a good friend of mine who is in Italy, who basically sent me the script, and I pretty much was like, yes, I definitely want to do it. So that's where it came about. The whole.
So you haven't started casting yet?
No, not yet. But we're working on basically the script is pretty much done, but now just scouting location. That's a biggie. That's definitely a big thing, and pretty much things like that. So.
Now, are you going to be in this film, possibly?
I would love to be in it, just to come there and get my head chopped off, like just a scene, I'll just see me for like 5 seconds. And then I'm dead. I would love that. Sure.
You do not hear a woman say that every day.
I know. You're cool. You're a cool chick. The only thing, it might be traumatic seeing your head chopped off. We want you to stay on top of your body, not chopped off. It's not gonna be like chopped off and then the killer's like holding the head and walking around.
No,
like that.
No, that's look horny. No. No.
Now, I know last time you were on, you talked a lot about wanting to get into acting more. What are some of the kind of work you would like to do besides getting your head chopped off?
I definitely want. I definitely want more dramas. I love drama films, stuff that touches the heart of the audience. Something that can actually happen, and that people really go through day to day. I think that is something that I really want to definitely dive into for sure.
Now, as a female actress, filmmaker, one of the issues that you always hear about is that they don't create good roles for women. As a filmmaker and someone who wants to get scripts ready, get scripts made. What are some things that you're going to do as far as making better roles and opportunities for female actors?
Well, just definitely, I think, like I said, like you said, you're absolutely right. There is a lack of roles for female. If they're playing a role in a movie, especially a big movie, they're always playing they're always in need of the man. They can't be strong for themselves, or they gotten hit or abused. Those type of films that women are taking nowadays, which is nothing wrong with it, but it's just, it kind of limits them. So I think my thing for me is definitely create more roles for women that are strong-willed and, very, that can kick some butt,
Can I object? Can I jump in right here?
Yeah, no problem.
I have to object to that statement, because that has not happened in like the last 15 years in films. Women, that's the only thing they're making now is these films with women in kick-ass roles. I can't even imagine the last film I've seen that had a damsel in distress.
Well, like Lifetime films. Like, there's
now the people at Lifetime got problems.
The channel for battered women. But they don't make great female roles. Even the kick-ass roles are, the ones that they do are, they're not great. They're either, the slut or the or the woman who kicks ass to the point where it's retarded. Yeah. like come on, you see this like little tiny chick just throwing this 400-pound guy around, and it's like, really, you're gonna get more women's butts whooped, thinking they're Sidney Bristow from Alias or something, But honestly, though, you don't have the thing that I think is missing is not really maybe the kick-ass roles for women, but the real nuanced, three-dimensional characters for female actresses to play. There isn't a lot of those.
Yeah. So
they usually fit a certain kind of thing, like, because truthfully, males write movies, and so they think in that regard,
I would love to see female roles that are real, and what I mean by that is like one person that is really celebrated in the African American community is Coretta Scott King, and she's not celebrated for nothing more than standing by her man. She had her man back to the end, and I think it would be cool to see more roles. This is not saying woman play your part. This is saying, just be who you be there and be that gentlewoman and be that backbone that every man looks for. I would love to see more roles like that done by women.
What's so great about her is that she was a person who kept the family together. She was a strong person, and she is a very nuanced person. A three-dimensional person, because look, you can't do what Martin Luther King did without having the support system at home. To be a father, to go off and risk your life, you have to have someone who's keeping the family together. So that would be definitely a great part, for a woman. Like I said, I don't think she has to be Joan of Arc,
right.
But she, you want just a really good, solid part, for a woman, So, one thing about you, PK, I noticed that in the things that you put together, you're someone who really wants to have strong female characters. That's something you think about, right? When you write them?
Yeah, it's almost like second nature anymore, where they can be conservative and still have moments when they can be defensive, offensive, and not have any type of stereotypical, even a little bit of stereotypical tone to it. Like,